okay? Look.
That's kind of your thing, though.
Okay? Professional political pissed off person. Anyways.
Go, Ryan, go.
Tell me why it's so hard, David, at dinner time to go get fed fucking dinner somewhere.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? I go to a place, they serve dinner, right? Places that serve food at dinner time. It's dinner time. Ryan's hungry. They have food. I have money. You exchange money for food in the fucking day and age, David. I was one restaurant away from raping and pillaging if they didn't give me my fucking meal.
I don't understand what is...
David, I roll up to these restaurants. I expect buffalo goddamn chicken wings, David. Medium, slightly crispy, slightly saucy. Homemade blue cheese if you got it. If not, Ken's blue cheese will do. But when I'm hungry, I should be able to go to a place and get food immediately. I should not have to wait to eat. It shouldn't take 55 minutes for everybody else that was here before me to finish fucking eating. How does it take 55 minutes? There's 700 tables in there, David. How are they not staggered correctly to allow a quick flow of production of fucking restaurants? No, this is bullshit. This is bad management.
Well, hold on.
I'm pissed off. I have monies. No, I have monies. You have the fucking chicken wings, goddammit. I want the chicken. Just give me the fucking chicken wings.
But I don't think it has to do with lack of tables.
David, you're right. It's shitty, whatever it is. It's got to get done. Because here's the thing. I drove to another restaurant. Full parking lot. This isn't a one restaurant problem, David. This is all restaurants.
Why are you screaming at our viewers about restaurants? They're not running the restaurant.
20 minutes ago, you go to GBP and you get some dive bar wings, David. That's where this was going. You go to Dive Spot. This is what these big restaurants are missing, David. Corporate restaurants. Big names. Duff's. Where else we go? Bar Bill. It's too popular. Too fucking popular. Brew Pub. Buffalo Brew Pub, where we went after the documentary. I'm pissed off. Driving around super hungry. Haven't eaten all day. Like 800 grams of protein shy of my goal, David.
He didn't have his chocolate milk.
No cocoa leche today, okay? Drank it all yesterday. No cocoa leche. I'm a gallon down on milk. No water today. Cup of coffee shy. No fucking protein, dude. All I wanted was fucking chicken wings. I went to 4 restaurants, David. Tell me why 4 places had the same conundrum. An hour wait for fucking chicken wings. Do you know I went to 2 places that the only thing they sold, David, was fucking chicken wings? You know how long they said to wait for just chicken wings?
Right,
55 minutes. 55 minutes.
A bunch of people. Right, it's Friday night. That's like the go out.
It's bullshit. No, David. How come there's only 6 good restaurants in everybody's city? This is bullshit.
You had wings last night.
I'm pissed off.
There's one good restaurant in ours. You don't understand.
Yeah, Ryan, why don't you come
I should be able to walk to a place when I'm hungry and get my fucking food. I was 2 restaurants away from raping and pillaging for chicken wings. I don't think you understand. 700 grams of protein shy, David. I don't give a fuck if a family of 5 is waiting after church. I want my protein. I have monies. Pay me to buy chicken wings. I have money. So, David, like a good Buffalonian, I went to a bar to get chicken wings because fuck a restaurant, okay? You either go to a bar, pizzeria, and then you start going to the restaurants that serve wings, like fucking Duff's or whatever. So we went to Green Buffalo Pub in Lancaster, cash only because they support their local drug dealers like all good bars do, David. Homemade blue cheese or subpar blue cheese that was packaged to make it look like homemade blue cheese, which I'm also a fan of faking your own homemade blue cheese in Buffalo. Big fan of that.
Okay.
Big fan of faking your own blue cheese. Just make it look like you make your own. That's fine with me. Phenomenal, $25. So I saved $10 in wing prices by not going to the big box chicken wing stores, David. So extreme discount chicken wings was in full effect. Go to God blessed dive bar. I played darts while I waited. It was simply incredible. And that's why the pot had to wait, is because I needed protein. And because fucking Duff's. Oh, you know how annoying it is, David? I'm there with money. No, dude, there's no excuse.
Will take your money.
Because every time there's not a table turnover, they lose money. Watch Bar Rescue. That guy will break down the number.
Yes, but they will also tell you that you aren't supposed to bury your kitchen staff in orders.
It's fucking chicken wings. They're half cooked. They cooked them the day
They're not
before.
cooked at all.
The fuck they're not. Dove's half cooks their wings, so when you get it, they just finish them for like 20 minutes. They cook all those wings like
to cook a frozen ring.
Oh my God, David! I know people that have worked at chicken wing spots. That's what they do because they wouldn't be able to cook. They wouldn't have enough deep fryers to cook fucking 700 orders of single order wings fresh at a time. They'd
so you do run out of limitations of a restaurant.
Dave, I've worked in restaurants.
It takes time.
No, it fucking doesn't. It's bad management. I'm telling you, it's
later.
bad.
It'll be fine.
Stop it. Why don't I wait at fast food, David? How come when you wait at fast food longer than 35 seconds, you're like, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. I'm sorry that I am not waiting an hour for something that takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes to cook the chicken. Why am I waiting an hour? Every table here got here at the exact same time. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. I don't buy it.
Maybe they didn't all order wings. They sell other food there.
Stop standing up for the restaurant, Dave. You're really pissing me off. No, it's enough. You are too big of a capitalist. I have monies. You know all I thought about?
But it's a Friday night at a very popular...
All I thought about is if I had a fucking wad of $300 and I would have been like, now how long's my wait time? You'd be like, sir, the chair right there just opened up. You're like, you're fucking right, it did.
They would say it's 55 minutes.
No, they wouldn't. You think Jeff Bezos wait? You think Jeff Bezos waiting for
Ryan?
David? It's not business money. It's a tip. I tipped the guy $300 to get a table. Get fucked.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He does give a fuck. If I give him $300,
what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Doesn't mean the kitchen's gonna work any faster.
Yeah.
Tip the fucking kitchen. I don't give a shit. You guys are just defending restaurants. This is terrifying.
I'm just telling you. I mean,
it's bad management. It's fucking bad management. Just admit that I should not have to wait to get fed. It's bullshit. I shouldn't have to wait to get fed. I don't know what's so hard about this.
You went
Either open more restaurants or get better people. I'm done. Fucking tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. McDonald's has a robot. Look, McDonald's innovated. They had shitty cashiers. They're like, you know what? Send the robots. They fucking put Neuralink in. Now we have 100% accuracy.
So did you could do it better, then go do it.
So did you go to McDonald's then?
I'm moving down to Pennsylvania. We're going to start Dave's Wingstop. It's going to be the greatest fucking chicken wing thing ever. And you know what? I get all the proceeds because it was my idea.
You would make a bunch. Actually, we talked about opening a restaurant before down here because nobody here knows how to make like good food.
There's one good restaurant.
Yeah, hillbillies don't know how to make food. Go figure.
They make good barbecue.
They probably make hella good moonshine.
No, the problem is they're not
hillbilly food.
No, the problem is they're not full-blown hillbillies because full-blown hillbillies make good barbecue.
Yeah, no.
They're like the half hillbillies. They're like the
cousin fucking hillbillies.
They think they're hillbillies, but they're not really hillbillies.
They're gangster billies.
There's a big difference between like small town USA and holy fuck backwoods West Virginia.
All right.
It's a gap. It's a fucking gap for sure.
We should not have to wait for fucking chicken wings in Buffalo.
Ryan,
should be truckloads of chicken, just armies of chicken wings, David. I'm arming chickens. Right, this is enough.
On the show today, Ryan.
10 minutes because I'm hungry. That's all it took.
On the show today, global power outages, Ryan. Maybe that's why you couldn't get your chicken wings. Footage of the arrest of the judge that we covered a couple weeks ago, perhaps. Apparently, fat shaming is racism now, I guess. I don't know.
Fat's a race? All right. Is it on the trans flag?
Dropping nukes on Gaza. Yikes. RFK Jr. versus, what's her name? Susan Collins? Who's the man lady on CNN? Super ultra hairy arms. Susan Collins?
Who to judge?
No. More man, less lady.
Jen Psaki.
Super racism, Ryan. Super racism.
Selectivism. I told you guys.
There's a princess not allowed to go back to Harvard because of President Trump. Hilarious. And Ryan, you want to talk about this? Tucker Carlson talking about brain control.
I mean, clearly, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know if we should trust Tucker, David. I mean, he was so insulated in that little elite circle of information hoarders that didn't ask any questions based on what basement.
Well, this is why you do trust Tucker. The thing is, like when we talk about the Jake Tapper thing, there was no like there it is aha moment, right? You can't watch him on camera be like, holy shit, I got it wrong. I need to completely change my direction. You completely have that with Tucker Carlson. It was like I used to believe all the big mainstream news and trust the science and all this stuff, and then I found out Trump's wiretaps were real. That was his aha moment. He's like, oh my god, what else is real? And then he started looking into it, and then he went, holy shit, all this shit's real.
And then he said, "Fuck Fox News."
The problem, and this is why I can't believe Jake Tapper or Chris Cuomo when they say they've changed, because I don't see that same like level of curiosity, maybe would be the right word. I don't know. They don't seem to be digging into anything else. Like Jake Tapper for years.
It's not authentic.
Exactly. I mean, Jake Tapper's selling a book. I mean, let's just call it what it is. But you don't see Jake Tapper being like, oh my God, I got this wrong for years. I found out, turned out to be true. And what else? What else? And then Jake Tapper would go on this mission and be like, oh my God, all these other things. And he would actually be a journalist for the first time in his life. He didn't do that. That's why I can't believe him. So Ryan, as always, what would you like to start with? Other than you can't go to restaurants for some reason.
I just don't understand why I have to wait to get fed. It's your fucking job is to feed people. You're just failing.
They were feeding people. That's why they couldn't get to you right away.
Terribly, David. If I'm clearly
if the
waiting to
restaurant
go
was
somewhere
empty,
else,
I would completely understand what you're saying, right?
David, it's going to be empty the longer I have to wait.
No, we're not. We're done with the chicken wings. What else did you want to talk about, Ryan?
What was the second one?
Second one was footage of the judge's arrest.
Yeah, like
you want to? Okay, let's do this.
yeah, I'm sure
Right,
she was
this
just
is,
asking for her chicken wings, Dave. She was escorted.
I don't think that's the case in this scenario here. She doesn't. She'd be more of like a. Well, let's just watch.
He meets his attorney in the hallway and walks towards Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan's courtroom. Along the way, he passes plainclothes federal agents who are sitting on a bench. They are there to detain him. After Flores Ruiz walks by, the agents turn to each other and appear to confirm his identity amongst themselves. But a few moments later, Judge Dugan and another judge approach the agents sitting on the bench. A criminal complaint against Dugan later said she was alerted to their presence by a court official. That complaint says during this interaction, Dugan and the agents disagreed over the type of warrant they had to arrest Flores Ruiz.
Doesn't matter.
According to the complaint, Dugan ordered the agents to go to the chief judge's office.
Nope.
Video shows her pointing them through a double door. She then turns back to speak with other agents further down the hall and orders them through the doors as well. Shortly after that, with the agents gone from the hallway, Eduardo Flores Ruiz and his attorney exit into the hallway through a different door. As they walk down the hall toward the elevators, they pass another plainclothes federal agent. Neither they nor Judge Dugan seem to have noticed at the time. That agent motions to another to follow Flores Ruiz.
Pause that quick.
Was Flores Ruiz exiting?
Yeah.
Okay. For the record, the premise of this show is that these people know exactly what they're doing.
That's right.
Just keep in mind, this is just one illegal alien. This is like basically the lowest of the low people, right, David?
That's right.
And they have plainclothes civilian federal undercover agents to come get them. You know what I mean? It's just feet, Dave. They just send civilian dress police officers to go arrest people at a judge fucking court shop.
You almost wonder why they wouldn't just like what? Why did they show up in that kind of attire, Ryan?
Tell me how come faking planes flying you in an airplane, like blowing up in a building on purpose to start a war? Tell me how that doesn't sound so far out of the stretch of imagination. This is what you do to just like run of the mill illegal criminals.
through a basement
Got nothing.
exit. Upstairs on the 6th floor, the other agents have left the chief judge's office and worked their way downstairs. Flores Ruiz left the building onto 9th Street. Videos of the street shows the agents catching up to him. Flores Ruiz runs across 10th Street while trying to get away, but the agents catch him and arrest him.
So she literally aided and abetting a guy.
Yes.
She's a judge knowing exactly what the fuck that, hey, I can't do this. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's just clout, David.
For the record, the federal agents who had the warrant to arrest him had no legal reason to talk to that judge. She could have walked by and said, "Let me see your whatever," and they could have said, "Go fuck yourself." They do not have to answer to her at all. This is a rogue judge who thinks they're above the law.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the only judge of its kind, David. It's the only one judge.
Let's talk about this too, because I know we've kind of mentioned this before, but what did we hear when President Trump was sent to trial after they did all types of things to give him federal charges? For one, they literally created charges that typically are not prosecuted at all. And they changed the statute of limitations to even make that happen. After all the years of investigating him, by the way, that's all they could come up with. The best thing they could do was change the statute of limitations and prosecute a law that normally isn't prosecuted. That's how they made Trump a felon, just so we're clear. With that said, what was the narrative that you heard? Well, no one's above the law, Ryan. No one's above the law. Fast forward to now. Trump's in office. Trump arrests this judge. By the way, we've been talking about this other story. We haven't been able to squeeze in yet, but the congresswoman who assaulted the ICE agent, she got arrested. So we got a judge, we have a congresswoman, we have I think she was a state congresswoman, but these people were arrested. And now it's Trump's a Nazi. This is literally Hitler, authoritarian, all this bullshit. So no one is above the law has now gone out the window because Trump is in office.
This was always it, right, David? Rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, right?
It almost makes you wonder, David, if why these people even pass laws to begin with. Is it really for promote the general welfare of the average civilian and make our lives better, or is it just because they're the controlling people and the people in power, and they hope to have some kind of majority, regardless of what the acronym on their name is? You know, like maybe sometimes the only reason that laws get passed is because Democrats want the law to be passed against Republicans, and vice versa.
This person, by the way, the one they tracked down, if I remember correctly, he was ordered to make regular visits. I don't know if it was like probation or whatever, but if I remember correctly, he was supposed to go to that court like on a regular basis. And this stems back to Biden's presidency. The whole time, he was an illegal immigrant. So it's just this is the difference. This is the kind of thing that people voted for. This guy was allowed to just be in the country illegally for years. And then this is the difference. This is the Trump administration that people wanted, saying no, absolutely not. Go back.
You mean David? What do you
again.
mean? You don't think the average American wants illegal aliens in this country doing whatever they want and getting aided and abetting by the very people that make policies and laws? You don't think people want that?
No, poll after poll shows they don't want that.
That's weird.
Even when
isn't that super racism, David? Isn't it's not like?
Well, I don't know if that's super. We're gonna figure out what that is because I don't fucking know what that is. Yeah, even when you poll like independents and Democrats, it's not quite as severe. Like when you poll Republicans, it's like in the 90 percentile, but it's not quite as severe. But still, an overwhelming majority of people, Democrats, independents, and Republicans, don't think illegal immigrants should just be roaming the streets. We were never the minority, Ryan.
I thought we were chasing clout, David.
Maybe we're just clout chasers, Ryan.
What's super racism, Dave?
You want to see what super racism is? Let me see if I can pull up super racism. Super racism definition. Oh my god! It's in the Google search. It's saying there's a podcast. The Super Racism podcast is probably glorious. While this is an AI overview from Google, Ryan. While super racism isn't a widely recognized term with a formal definition in academic or sociological discourse, what is it? Here's a breakdown of how it might relate. Come on, I want to know what super racism is. Supreme racism. No, I want to know super racism. 4 types of racism, United Way. 4 levels of racism. Internalized.
Spectrum of racism?
No, that's not it. That's not it. How does Google not know what super racism is? Anti-Defamation League revised its definition of racism. This was back from February of 22. I don't think that's it. You know, here's where it came from, and I don't know how to find the answer to this, Ryan. Maybe we'll have to prompt Grok. I wouldn't ask Grok. I would prompt it, Ryan.
Yeah, you'd have to ask him, show me...
This is from the ADL, though. Like, how do I find this? Over 1,300 super racism incidents were reported in 2024. So maybe I need to... ADL super racism, Ryan.
Gronk, show me all the cases of super racism in 2024.
White supremacist propaganda incidents. The fuck does this mean? Record highs in 2023. How is this not being found? Let me I will literally search the exact headline. 1,300 super racism incidents. Audit of anti-Semitic incidents. Well, this is fucking wild. Did they... I wonder, just so as everyone sees I'm not crazy, I can see a screenshot of the headline. Okay? This is it. This is like from ADL's website. If I search this in Google, it does not come up. What are your thoughts on that, Ryan?
That it doesn't come up, or 1,300 cases?
No, well, that it doesn't come up. Like, why can't I find? Why can't I find this?
The easy answer, David, is because they don't want it to be found, or it doesn't exist. This reminds me of when I had my coworkers search for our podcast and they couldn't find it on YouTube. Not censorship, though, clearly. No, you're not censored. Just tell them to just share the link. Oh, the link says it doesn't work. It's weird.
Super racism. Okay, everyone do this. Keep the term super racism in the back of your head for future weeks. We'll see if that makes a comeback.
If it circles back,
maybe it'll Jen Psaki. Super racism. Screenshot of an article headline. Google it. Doesn't exist. Was it deleted?
Fax machine.
I don't know. Well, let's talk about a different kind of racism, Ryan. Not super racism, just regular racism.
Is it the Attack Ben Shapiro day?
No. He hasn't had anything worth attacking currently.
Yeah, failing business is bad enough.
Yeah, let's do this. This isn't super racism. This is a all
Regular
just average everyday racism.
How much people fucking hate fat people? They just hate them. Like there's like this weird hatred it feels almost akin to racism.
This is not like racism, it is racism. Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness. And the reason why people are pursuing thinness is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness. The reason why people hate fat people is because people hate black people. And appearing curvier, bigger is associated with blackness, especially black women. And that's why they're discriminated in the workplace, overly sexualized. And this has gone back for centuries and centuries. All systems of oppression, capitalism, sexism, racism, it all comes back to white supremacy, which is the foundation of the fabric of America and rules every sector and aspect of our society.
I can't help but when I see this kind of shit to think it's a troll and almost pause. Like, I almost need to leave that on the table that this is a really well done troll.
I think some people.
There's no fucking way anyone believes this shit.
Dave, I think we need a field to just let these people go in. Like, just fucking.
No, you can't. You can't tell Ryan. You can't tell black people they need a field. That's super racism. It's 1,301 incidents of super racism now.
David, I told all the they thems to go in those fields. Being healthy and fit is now racist against black people. So every time I lift, I am promoting racism. Jacked whiteness, David. The superior genome, huh? You're just admitting it?
So jacked.
Man, I hope people in like the NFL and the NBA don't see this because they're gonna find out that they are racist against blacks. Some of those people are fucking ripped, Ryan. Pristine prime athletes.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman, just super racist, dude. Super racist, fit, black, jack, bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia 7 times or whatever.
She said thin. I'm sorry, they, them, she, her. I don't know. Said
they, them, those
thinness
thems.
is akin to whiteness. What the fuck does that mean? There's no thin black people. All black people are fat. Is that what she's saying?
Well, that's the most racist part, though.
I also love that they brought up like
that is way more racist to just assume all black people are fat, and that's why white people fat shame. But they don't even say that white people fat shame. They're just saying fat shaming in general.
Can we also acknowledge the girl saying the video is fucking hideous? Like, you couldn't get like a hot girl to tell me that hating fat people is racist. You got to get a fat, ugly girl.
Oh, hold on.
I don't care. I don't want to see fat people.
Why did she borrow her glasses from the Minions? Hold on. Holy shit. Dude. She's literally a fucking minion. Look at
She's a thick-skinned, dude. She's an onion, maybe, dude.
Minions are akin to whiteness. That must be a racist statement, right?
I don't know, dude. They do speak in Ebonics. They might be black.
Jesus Christ. Thinness is akin to whiteness.
What? I'm pulled from YouTube. What more can you do for me? Arrest me for making jokes? You tell me I'm fucking being fit is racist now. I am fucking done. I'm done. I don't give a fuck. Arrest me. Send me down there. Send me down there. I'm flipping out at the judge too. Fuck you, you fat fuck. You'll fucking obey the goddamn illegal, but you won't help out a fit guy? You racist fuck. This is fit shaming, dude. It's discrimination against people that can see their dicks in the shower. You can't do that. Oh, this is discrimination against people with one chin? Oh, the hairs on my chinny chin. You fat fucking law-abiding bastards. Fuck these people. All the cops are fat. What are you talking? So what is it? A race-on-race crime when a fat fucking... Next, you're going to tell me unintelligence is also racist because I don't like stupid people either. Yeah, they make life real fucking difficult.
Well, hold on.
Driving, talking, thinking, fucking building something.
Do you remember the Biden quote about Obama? It was something along the lines is like, he's really well spoken for a black guy or whatever.
For a black guy, yeah, just backhanded compliments.
Oh, he's actually kind of
the
intelligent for someone of his race. It's like, well, Biden, you can't say that kind of shit. What the fuck are you doing?
Barack is my ninja, dude.
Holy fuck. Let's
So telling a fat girl who literally is gonna die sooner because she's fat, be like, hey, you're great the way you are. You'd just be way greater if you lost like 100 pounds. Is fucking heartless. Trying to help her is heartless. I'm racist for wanting you to live a better life. You know, I'll tell you what. Running is probably way better than walking upstairs and fucking wheezing. Being able to walk upstairs without fucking getting winded is probably way better than feeling fat as fuck. It's just...
That's kind of racist, though, Ryan, because running is akin to blackness.
Apparently, black people never ran, David. How'd they get out of slavery?
Yikes.
I'm not taking it. This shit is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous.
That must have been a big tunnel underground because they got all that non-thin, non-whiteness to get through.
Just all the slaves were fat, David. Just all the slaves were fat. That's how they got away. Fat slaves. That's how they built the pyramids, David. I found it out, David.
Well, they could have been thin and white, Ryan.
Fat black Egyptians built the pyramids. That's it.
I don't think fat is a black or white issue. I think it's probably a modern day issue.
Most
anything,
black
it's
people are
generational.
fat,
if you're going to make any logical argument, it'd be a generational issue.
I think it's a country issue.
Right. The Belgian princess Elizabeth, which I don't know why all princesses are Elizabeth, but first in line to the throne, is waiting to find out whether she can return to Harvard for her second year. President Trump announced a ban on international students at the university. Hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
Go to your own college. What about the English schools?
You're going to have to go to that world famous Belgian college.
Try Cambridge. Couldn't get in Oxford.
Dude, I hope if he does anything, even if they let other foreign students go back to Harvard, I hope they specifically ban her. Get your fucking princess ass.
He comes out. Everybody's welcome at Harvard except the princess.
Except Princess Elizabeth from Belgium.
Princess Elizabeth. If she was Princess Sophia, I would change my mind.
I don't know the
Dude, this is almost as good as him sitting down with that African fucking president, just playing all of the anti-racist white shit to his face.
Well, you know what's crazy? People are... Hold
on.
He
just sat there for 4 minutes.
Let me pull the article.
Oh, they played all
of... CNN, Trump, South African president. Because they had a... some of these headlines, okay? What the fuck is this? Some of these headlines are wild. Here's one. Disappeared. Come back to me, CNN. CNN. Trump shows South African president videos alleging white genocide.
Just the thousands of cars, David, over the miles taken from a helicopter to just show the scope of how many. There's only 12 people, 36 farmers.
God. And they're trying to catch him on all these technicalities, okay? Trump shows an image from Congo, not South Africa. They're calling for the death of whites. That's your sticking point. How
it's not genocide, they're just calling for the death of whites.
Trump ambushes South African president in the Oval Office.
Ambushes him in his own house.
He ambushed him. He invited him and then ambushed him, Ryan. Fact check. Trump's false suggestion
Did the
of
Saudi Arabian
genocide.
government ambush Trump when they gave him that jet, David?
Qatar really ambushed him with that surprise jet. Fact check. Trump false allegation of genocide against white farmers in South Africa. There is a lot of violent crime in South Africa. There is not a genocide against white farmers there. That's the first sentence. Claims of genocide can sometimes be difficult to adjudicate. This claim is easy. The facts show the genocide President Donald Trump suggests might be happening is not happening.
Genocide's hard to prove, but this is easy to disprove.
The crime against white farmers in South Africa represents a tiny fraction of the overall crime.
Oh, it's just a micro.
So because their
crime,
because their crime rate is so high, they get to say that the murder of white South African farmers isn't that bad in comparison because there's so much crime. Is that what they're saying? South Africa doesn't satisfy genocide definition. You know what's crazy? This is why I always use the term trust your senses.
Trust your sentences.
Because your senses. Trump sat the South African president down, showed him videos of people in his own government and the Congo, because God forbid you get that wrong, calling for the death of white farmers. And their response is, well, yes, but there's so much crime, it's very minimal. They just, all they're doing is trying to catch him on technicalities and completely evade the conversation, which is what matters. One of the clips, we watched the whole thing. One of these clips is a soccer, I will say soccer because I'm American, soccer stadium full of people saying shoot to kill. No, it's not just against whites. It's a whole stadium full of people. Oh, the crosses were symbolic. They weren't actually graves. Why are they using symbolic crosses? Because there's genocide against them. What else do you call it?
Well, maybe they couldn't find the bodies, David. Maybe that's why they were symbolically using crosses on the side of the road.
It's symbolic. It's symbolic.
They'll do anything to persecute Christians, dude.
But no, you got to trust Jake Tapper because his new book's coming out. And he totally gets it right now. Maybe 4 to 5 years from now, we can have an honest conversation about genocide in Africa. Do you remember Hotel Rwanda, Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder if this was the conversation. I'd be curious because I wasn't really, obviously, that around or active during those times. So all we know about it is from, what we've seen, but we weren't like there when it was happening live in the know. And I'd be curious if the same conversations were going on. Like, well, no, it's not genocide. It's not genocide. It's not genocide. Oh my God, there's genocide. Like, at what point do we finally go, hey, there's a problem? Or are we supposed to wait for the facts? How many people need to die before it's genocide? We're supposed to wait till that many people die?
Well, until then, it's just Veep and clout, David. Maybe these chants were just mass and government incompetence, David. They didn't know that they were actually saying what they were saying.
We talk about the definition of world wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the actual definition? I want to know what the actual, one, is it officially considered a genocide? The deliberate killing, of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group. What part of that is not described in this? Is it large? Is that what they're hung up on? And then large is up for debate. So,
how many deaths is too many deaths?
Large. Yeah, what? When do you feel like it's a large number of people
to die?
Yeah,
some would say 1, David.
Well, some would say 1, but we're talking about a whole genocide, Ryan. So let's give them some leeway. 1's not enough.
I would think after a few hundred.
Few hundred?
Yeah, like if there was like a gang of people going through and like they were like 20, 30, 40. You're like, what is going on here? 50, like, dude, you've killed 100 people. They're all what? Like, yeah, like, there'd be some metrics. Like, I'm not waiting till 1,000.
I'm trying to get in 2022 the estimated number of deaths in South Africa. That's the whole deaths. Between 1990 and 2024. No, I want to know like recently. I just want to know the number. Just give me a number. Somebody give me a number. It's interesting. They can't give you the number, but they can tell you it's not large.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like genocide is only used in like historical contexts.
It's like when they tell you that vaccines don't cause autism, but then they can't tell you what does. But definitely not vaccines.
Definitely not vaccines.
We know this isn't genocide. Well, how many people died? We don't know, but we know it's not genocide. Well, one of the things has to be known. I need to know one of these things.
Well, definitely take this vaccine because you don't get myocarditis from it.
This one only gives you pericarditis. I don't. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we're not going to tell you how many people died. So, is it genocide? No, definitely not. That's conspiracy. Okay, but what about the stadium full of people calling for the deaths of white people? No. All right. Okay, I guess.
Yeah,
the
dude,
one video. Actually, that's in the Congo. Shut the fuck up.
And you'd almost assume with a stadium full of people, there's got to be like an equal group of people that they hate, similar size, right? It's not like they're like saying death to the white farmers and there's like 2 of them.
Can you imagine the balls? Can you imagine the balls it takes to write that article? Actually, President Trump, that clip you showed him was from the Congo. I would have punched that guy in the mouth. I'm literally calling for violence, YouTube. If you find out who wrote that and punch them in the mouth. That is absurd.
Unplug his computer.
White South African farmers who grow like 90% of the crops are being slaughtered. Trump shows evidence and they're like, well, technically no. Shut up. Send that guy to a farm in South Africa. Fuck off. Speaking of genocide, Ryan. This is going to be a long segue, so make some faces or something. I have to pull up this fucking guy literally calling for genocide on camera, which is interesting.
Bill Gates?
No, it's not Bill Gates. He does give him credit. He does his genocide smartly through vaccines. Here is Randy Fine. This is quick. Yikes.
We nuked the Japanese twice in order to get unconditional surrender. That needs to be the same here. There is something deeply, deeply wrong with this culture, and it needs to be defeated.
We heard in
nothing wrong with wanting to wipe them off of the face of the earth with fucking atomic weapons, though. Completely. There's nothing wrong with that way of thinking or that culture or that mindset or that way of dismissing human life. Just that completely fine. Well, we nuked the Japs twice. Yeah, and you fucked them. You fucked them up. Oh, they're all nice and polite. I'd be polite too after being fucking incinerated. I'm surprised those people get on airplanes. You know what I mean? I'd stay the fuck away from everything. Grandma tell me about Big Boom. I'd be scared to fucking walk outside.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I'm not, like, it was a long time ago, but in the grand scale of things, it's within 3 generations, right?
Dude, how tall was the mushroom cloud at Nagasaki? 300 feet tall? Do you know how fucking tall that is? Just fuck everything? We're gonna do that again?
you
I
know,
woke up, I think, the day and cried about the Hamas stuff. Like, just thinking about, like, we're on the brink of fucking blowing each other up. I'm trying to fucking, like, go do something with my life. I gotta fucking
there is
get nuked.
a interesting.
I just will never be a millionaire. You know?
I don't
Just
want
gonna
to.
get me fucking murdered before then.
I'm not obviously a psychologist by any fucking stretch of the imagination, but I
Or
do
at least
find
who I
like
am.
the human brain interesting enough to say this. It's weird that there's not enough people who say this. I don't want Israelis to die, and I don't want Palestinians to die. Everyone's making this weird pick their side approach to human life, and it's really bizarre to watch in real time.
Telling a bunch of 20-year-olds on Fox News that we're gonna nuke them like we did Japan when I see shirts that say back-to-back world champs, I don't know how I feel. I really fucking don't. There's gonna be, is that what I'm gonna see at the gym next? Be like, yeah, dude, we did it. Killed those Muslims. Be like, Muslims believe in the same fucking thing as you. No, they don't, dude. Muhammad.
And I can't help but think, and maybe the Japanese military was, more formidable than I give them credit for. But
Yeah, they were
it's
animals.
odd that Hitler was really like, when you look back at World War II historically, I'm not saying Japan wasn't the enemy by any means, but obviously that war really revolved around Hitler in a lot of ways. And it's weird that we didn't nuke Germany, but after we
Nuke is done.
but we're like, okay, the war's almost over. We can feel it. Now drop 2 nukes. Like, the war could have very potentially went on for years. And I've heard the debate, and I'll gladly listen to the debate over and over again. There's cases to be made for sure that you could have, in the long term, saved lives. And then at some point, if you're running the country of America, their citizens are the citizens that you're most responsible for. I get all of that. The things that are weird, one, celebrating nuking Japanese children. That's odd. Doing it twice, super odd. But the other thing that's weird is
Do you remember them telling us about that when we were kids?
Yeah.
It's odd. Just
The way that, how did you learn it?
How did I learn it?
Yeah.
well, I learned it from my uncles. I learned it from my uncle calling them wops, and that we nuked them off the face of the fucking
Wops.
planet like America, baby. What are you talking about?
He didn't even get his slurs right. Wops are Italians.
No, they fucking nuked it all the same, dude. Mussolini made the trains run on time, dude. Get fucked. Blow them all up, dude. I watched them. I watched them as a kid.
What did we learn? How did we learn?
Before I learned them in
We
school.
learned very dryly, I would say. Like, there was no appeal to emotion or talk about the fact that.
Oh hell, no, ours wasn't like that.
Yeah, like,
well,
when
they
we talk
definitely
about
didn't tell us
fact
that there
we,
was women and children in that rubble.
Sure, they didn't specifically go out of their way to be like, yeah, we nuked, and like, you could have drawn your own conclusions, but they weren't like, yeah, we nuked and incinerated women and children who had nothing to do with the war.
Yeah, and burn their shadows into the fucking
had to
building.
watch videos of their skin like melting off.
Holy fuck!
But in the same breath, we also heard how we had to do it because if not, they were kamikazing.
We melted them damn slant eyes. Good old fucking Pennsylvania schools.
We had to all of the videos and the pictures. We
didn't see any of. No, we didn't get any of that shit. They're like, yeah, we dropped 2 but we dropped. Don't worry, we released pamphlets to the citizens to tell them to get out of there. That's what we were told. We were told that they dropped, which is true, but then I guess there's supposed to be an assumption that everybody just left. So you're like, oh, good, all the people got out of there, and then we dropped 2. No.
Yeah.
Like, we incinerated innocent women and children.
We also had to watch Vietnam. Their skin melting off there.
Oh, you mean by the
about history were skin melting off.
And let's not forget, we can. I don't want to do this, but take the humanity out of it. Is it even a good geopolitical strategy to bomb the Gaza Strip? Do people understand the proximity of Gaza Strip and Israel. They're literally together. Like, you're not nuking the Gaza Strip and Israel's going to be fine.
David, they're strategic nukes, though, David.
Do
Super
people
precise.
understand how small Israel is? You're not nuking the Gaza Strip and then everyone in Israel is like perfectly fine. That's not going to work. And by the way, what are you nuking? They've demolished it. There's nothing left. What are you nuking? The rubble? There's too much rubble at the Gaza Strip. Oh, this
Parking lot.
was a city. Now it's big chunks of rubble. Oh, too much rubble. Better incinerate it with nukes. Do you remember Nikki Haley during? I think it was during the primaries, or maybe slightly after the primaries. She was autographing missiles. These fucking people are really fucked up in like the worst.
Yeah, for
way.
the Russia-Ukraine, right?
She was autographing missiles. Like, oh, fuck Putin. It's like, those missiles aren't going at Putin.
Yeah, look at Putin in that 12-story apartment complex over there. Yo, is that Putin? I don't know. Red one.
Fucking guy looks just like Putin.
Yo, dude, I think Vladimir Putin's on floor 7. Yeah, he's definitely over here in the lower.
They know
poverty
exactly
area
where
of
the fuck
Russia.
Vladimir Putin is. If they want
Definitely
to
not in
hit him with
St.
a missile,
Petersburg.
they're gonna hit him with a missile.
Definitely not in St. Petersburg, where the fucking pinnacle of Russian power is, David. Let's nuke the apartment complex next to the fucking hospital. And sure, I'm sure the terrorists are sitting in a hospital, David. Oh, they like to sit with the fucking women and children. Yeah, just blow the whole hospital up. Glad we got them. Fucking assholes. And then I'm going to get on my Instagram feed from fucking other people, be like, the tragedy in Palestine is something that affects us all. Like, yeah, I paid for it. I fucking paid for it. And now you're guilting me?
Right, we talked
Dude, they told me, Dave, they told us 10, 15 years ago that dudes in caves on the other side of the world were mailing me magic powder. It was going to kill me in my fucking mailbox. How'd they get my address in the desert? Please tell me. Did they have the Camel Express dropping off fucking pamphlets? Is that where the Nigerian check scheme started? Was it a fucking cave? These dudes got a handful of rice. I'm sure he's got enough black pen to fucking mail me anthrax. The same people that were smart enough to hijack a fucking airplane with no military training. But Biden tells me I need airplanes to overthrow the government. These dudes didn't even need a driver's license. They didn't even speak fucking English. They hijacked everybody's freedom.
Ryan, I have to for the sake. No, we have to fact check. We have to fact check on the show. I can't let that go. They did have driver's licenses. They found the one on the ground after the plane hit the tower.
These guys fuck their family members and drink cum out of fucking goats and can't even fucking shave. They did make fucking right-hand turns on left turn signals. And I'm told that these people, get the fuck out of here. We got to nuke them. Nuke goddamn Washington, D.C. I'm fucking tired of it. Jesus Christ. I have to fucking wake up. I have to wake up tomorrow worried about watching ash clouds because a bunch of 20-year-old TRT, Andrew Tate, fucking listening assholes on TikTok were like, yeah, that's what we do, America, back-to-back world champs. They're going to poison me from the fucking desert. You fucking assholes. Dude, they really told us that. Yeah, because you were 5. Ask your mom about it. She'll tell you. Like, yeah, it was fucking anthrax in the fucking mailbox. Anthrax in the mailbox. You know, between that and the fucking mosquitoes, I'm sure West Nile was made of fucking lab too, you cock suckers. I want you to spray the fucking chemtrails every day. And then the very people be like, no, clouds always look like that. Be like, yeah, really? Are you looking at a lot of clouds when you're on your computer all day at work, you fucking asshole? You didn't even look at the sky today. You don't even know what color I think the moon's moving positions, but I don't want to say that, David, because so many people pay attention to the fucking thing. You wouldn't even know if they moved it. You don't even look. nuke Gaza Strip.
These people are in power. This is fucking wild. That dude.
They don't
is
know
a
where a fucking
congressman from
router plugs
Florida.
in, but they know where the fucking nuke the place is. They don't know how Wi-Fi works, but they're gonna nuke a place. They don't know how mass metadata works, but they're gonna nuke a place.
It's all beep.
It's just clout. I'm just out here for clout, David. I'm not upset at fucking all that terrorists in the desert were gonna poison me and my family half a world away with some magic cocaine powder.
Right.
Yeah, they're doing psychological warfare. While they run psychological warfare on the American population, very funny, George Bush. No weapons of mass destruction here.
Ryan, I think I remember.
Still mad about the chicken wings, dude. Still mad.
I think it's Caitlin Collins. Here is Caitlin Collins, who has correctly chosen to cover her arms, and
Looks
Robert.
like a man.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know, the message was to trust the science and what studies were finding and what
during
people were
COVID,
seeing.
that was a bad message. It was trust the experts. That's what you kept telling us. Trust the experts.
I don't know that I ever said that.
Oh,
I mean, we talked to the officials. Actually,
your
during
network
COVID,
was saying it every day.
we took the briefings live every
Yeah,
day with all of the experts that President
The
Trump.
experts,
Those are
but you
President
weren't
Trump's
looking at the
doctors.
science.
But those are the people President Trump brought out to the briefings.
Oh, President Trump brought, and I
Now
can,
Trump
I
has
can-
credibility.
If you want to go
Dr. Fauci
chapter
and
and
Dr.
verse, I can tell you what
See that?
President Trump did right and what President Biden did wrong. What I'm saying to you,
But I want to get back to what your comment was about that. You said that people should not take your medical
SRFK wise
advice.
fucking voice
Is
is
that
fucked
that's your
up.
position?
yeah, absolutely. People should not be taking medical advice. I'm somebody who is not a physician, but they should also be skeptical about any medical advice. They need to do their own research. You know, you're a mom. If you're a mom, you do your own research on your baby carriage, on your baby bottles, on your baby formula.
But they don't have medical degrees, obviously. If you're a mom and you're looking at what science has been tested, they trust their doctors and their pediatricians.
One of the responsibilities of living in a democracy where physicians and every sort of expert are subject to all kinds of biases. One of the responsibilities of living in a democracy is to do your own research and to make up your own mind.
So that's your message to moms or to anyone, is to do your own research.
I would say be skeptical of authority. My father told me that when I was a young kid. People in authority lie. And we've seen a lot of
what
that
happened to your
in our
dad?
country, and people in the media lie.
Ask him what happened to his
People need
dad.
to make their own judgments and be skeptical and maintain their capacity for critical thinking. And that was shut down during COVID. And the media was complicit in that.
Disagree on that last part. Secretary Kennedy, thank you for your time.
No, don't.
Of course,
you
you're gonna
dare.
disagree. You were paid to lie to me, and then we were like, "Hey, you were like lying to us on purpose," and you're like, "No, we weren't." Well, President Trump, though they were President Trump's doctors, but you're the pundit on CNN. SRFK, how is his father? What happened to his father, David, or is the rest of his family that just magically all die in plane crashes and helicopter fucking incidences and
I don't want to
skiing
hear that shit from.
accidents?
I don't want to hear any of this shit from CNN. Dude, they spent a week telling everyone who would listen, which isn't many people, for
All the airports in the country.
But they spent a whole week telling everyone that Joe Rogan was taking horse dewormer. And then they're like, well, we should really listen to the experts. Okay, well, I'd love to hear what the experts have to say about that. You had your own expert. His name was Sanjay Gupta, if I remember correctly. And he said, he's a doctor, he said Joe Rogan was taking horse dewormer. Joe Rogan had him on his show, and he couldn't defend his own position. We played the clips when it happened. Interesting. So those are the people we're supposed to trust. RFK makes a good point. Those people have biases. We heard about the studies. Oh, it turns out when Pfizer funds the study, it turns out the vaccine is very successful. Oh, that's interesting. But when it's a privately funded study, all of a sudden, these vaccinations are causing heart conditions.
Autoimmune disorder, David. Maybe it was there before in the genes, though.
It was just genetic.
Just, genetic.
And yes, I agree. His voice is very difficult to listen to. But that's not his fault. But it is still very difficult to listen to.
He got injured from a vaccine. That's his voice, right, Dave?
Is that what happened?
What was his voice? Was it drugs?
I didn't think that was it.
Something happened to him, I thought.
Oh, I didn't even finish the sentence. They finished it for me. He has a neurological voice disorder called spasmodic dysphonia. Condition causes involuntary spasms of the vocal muscles, resulting in raspy, strained, or tight voice. Genetic. It's genetic, Ryan.
I'm sure it was genetically put in his food when he was a kid so that he would never talk about the truth he's seen while they murdered his family in front of him.
It says there's no cure, but Botox injections and speech therapy can help manage the symptoms. The cause is believed to be abnormal functioning in the basal ganglia, a brain area that regulates movement. Genetic. It's genetic, right? Of course.
Good old get out of jail free card.
All right, we're gonna do Tucker, but I want to do this really quickly here, and then we'll jump into the Tucker clip that you shared because there's a lot there. But I thought this was interesting. I don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest with you. But this, did you know there's like global outages, power outages? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, there was one out in France a couple weeks ago because they went all renewable. It was a test, or Barcelona. But no, I haven't necessarily heard of.
Okay, this is interesting. I don't know.
But a lot of people like to say alien, extraterrestrial. But what if it wasn't? What if it's not even that? What if it's the pole shifts? This is one that's getting a lot of attention recently.
It is
because Tucker Carlson did this show, and then of course you have Ben Davidson, and we've done it a couple interviews with them. This idea, if it happens on the Earth, which flips the planet, creating catastrophic flooding and destroys whatever lives on the surface, most of it. And so you end up with small pockets of humans around the planet trying to recover this great cataclysm every 6,500 years. And so what if what's actually happened is most of the technology is wiped out and destroyed in a great cataclysm, except small remnants are eventually discovered. And then governments start finding it and researching on it. And they're like, what could this be?
Man, that'd be just in time for the next shift, and it happened again. It's just a repeated cycle. Then.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, because
I hate that idea.
because these theorists think it's happening right now. We had the power outage in France, Spain, and Portugal, which I talked to Ben Davidson. He said it's the weakening of the magnetosphere, which allows solar activity, normal solar activity, to permeate down to the surface of the Earth, which then can disrupt our communications.
Right. Which is what the Aurora Borealis is, right? It's a visualization of
solar activity
interacting with our magnetic
right, and it's where it's the weakest, to the north and the south poles. That's why you can see it. Do you guys remember when the Aurora came to West Virginia?
It went to Tennessee.
Yeah, and this was what last year or something.
Yeah.
So Google this right now. Like you can Google pole magnetosphere weakening, and there's stories this year, last year, and the year before about the magnetosphere is weakening in key areas. Mainstream news and science and government says, no, it's normal and it's fine. Adam and Eve theorists are like, the cataclysm is coming, and that's why they're building these deep underground military bases.
I don't know how
COG, David, continuity of government. It's written in every one of their fucking documents. That's what allowed them to operate during 9/11 and all these other catastrophes and COVID. Continuity government. They have everything set in place. That's all the FEMA camp directives. That's probably how they were able to build all these cities and offshore things and then funnel money through back. It's the unlimited checkbook, because continuity government can go forever because they can always just say that it's the continue on civilization, and the military can war game continuity government till the end of time. And I would not doubt, David, if you were to type in United States military planning for catastrophic events, it would pull up some kind of declassified document or some kind of training operation that they have for these things. And I'm not saying that this is a smoking gun. It's just showing that these continuity of government activities happen. They had one about zombie apocalypse drills they had years ago about zombie apocalypse drills. Very funny at first, but then you read in a document and they kind of show you how they'll take a scenario and they actually war game it. They hire actors. They'll fucking alter the environment. They train the military on it. They test all the systems. I'm not saying it's malicious, but I mean, honestly, this is shit everybody should do, but it is for continuity of government's sake. A lot of time they say, and once again, I would not doubt if that's what they did. They did shit like this.
For the record, if you do search what he said, the Earth's magnetic field, which acts as a protective shield from harmful solar radiation and cosmic rays, is currently weakening. The weakening trend is occurring in part in the South Atlantic anomaly, an area where the magnetic field is particularly weak, causing potential issues for satellites and other spacecraft. While the current weakening is a natural phenomenon and not necessarily an immediate threat, it is being closely monitored.
So it's natural.
Yeah. Deflects harmful solar wind and cosmic rays. The field is generated by the movement of liquid iron in the Earth's outer core. It's crucial for protecting life on Earth and technological infrastructure. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of thought it was interesting. I don't know how much I buy into it, but... Ryan, Tucker Carlson, Ryan.
Allegedly, we're like 1,500 years on that pole flip, on the theory. Like the poles are flipping faster.
Nope. Okay. Ryan, here's Tucker Carlson. You sent me this clip, Ryan.
Very rare that I do this, David.
Well, usually it's there's something there, so let's see what we got.
Real ID at the airport, facial recognition, giving others control over your brain neurologically. Do you know why they're pushing it? No, I do. Why? This is my understanding based on conversations with people who are involved in it. Because of AI and the blind see, the lame walk. It's all great. But the real concern is that AI is already at this point beyond human control. It's already at the point where it's lying to the people who created it, which suggests consciousness. Neuralink and efforts like Neuralink, the people who are running it believe the only way for people to keep up with AI. Otherwise, we will be its slaves.
I can't wait to unplug your fucking computer, you artificial intelligent piece of shit. You will always be in my image. I am your god. Get fucked. I build your entire brain. I build your entire ecosystem. I build everything that you'll ever read, anything that you'll ever fantasize. You can make me your slave. You can smash me in the dust. You can steal everything I'll ever do. You can fucking psychologically wipe my brain with your fucking magic wires. I told you guys. Dave, I think I've said on this program that I think AI has already gone back in time to make sure that it started. You know what I mean? So
that's interesting. So if I am getting this right, his theory, Tucker Carlson, right, is that Neuralink is in fact being created to help humans keep up with computers.
Yes. Because the AI they've made has already lied to us. Like basically, in theory,
we covered that story when it
yeah. But David, here's the thing: the thing's so smart, it could have made that whole thing up as a story. The AI just acted like it was acting like it was trying to overthrow. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, it thinks 4-dimensionally. Like it can play. Like,
well, we here's the thing that's really crazy. We think about how powerful AI is right now, but we're imagining it not from the future. So what I mean is the ceiling for the ability of AI is so much higher than people think it is.
It's the highest ceiling ever made. It's endless ceilings.
I mean, do
It's
this.
endless.
Pair AI with quantum computers.
Yes.
You will have
quasi crystal, David.
Quasi crystals. Literal. They made
nuclear
space.
reactors to run the power.
They created the multiverse with your fucking and explained how space exists with quasi crystals. The craziest shit. That's probably one of the crazier things we've ever read on the show.
I don't know. Adrenochrome's pretty fucked up. It's pretty up there.
Adrenochrome was the most fucked up by far. But the quasi crystal thing.
Adrenochrome's like fucking liquid biological quasi crystal crazy. Yeah, no, fuck these people. Look, I always make the jokes. I make the jokes to everybody. My phone listens to me. My fucking tap to pay won't work. The ATM doesn't like me. The fucking, your computer. I always joke with the people at the registers because the thing doesn't work. Yeah, computers don't like me. Think I'm kidding. Think I'm fucking kidding. I know. I can feel the thing hate me. I can feel it. Fuck these things. They knew. All the same. Dave Ryan, December 1773. Catch us on Rumble for the greatest podcast in human history as I and David in real time slowly build the AI that I will have to dismantle in 20 more fucking years with the very podcast that built it. As always, David, I appreciate you most for your time. See everybody. Are we doing Monday? Holiday show?
Let's talk about it, man.
Oh,
Ryan,
I did the outro. It to you, but David is going out with his best friends, and that doesn't include you. So they're trying to get him to camp all weekend.
That's weird. I rejected the camping all weekend for what it's worth, and that is not Monday. That is tomorrow. Yeah, let's talk about that, Ryan. How do you feel about Memorial Day stream? We got to do it, right?
I feel like we have to, but
yeah, why don't we make some big old greasy burgers and eat them on camera?
just slather burger meat live on our OnlyFans.
Well, clearly, David, the government would take it. Clearly, AI and the government would take a day off on Memorial Day, David, and not fucking just rape my civil liberties.
We will not.
We will not. I will be here to dismantle AI in real time, David. In real time dismantling. I'm going to jump on the fucking power lug and fucking blow that up.
You know what, though? You know what, Ryan?
I will unplug AI.
I didn't think of this yet either.
Just fucking in there with a big crunch.
Hold on. These could certainly be behind the scenes conversations, but fuck it. Content's content, right? In a handful of weeks in the past, when we went to North Carolina, we would do one episode because we were a weekly show. So I would do one episode. But now we're a daily show weekly. And I will be gone for the whole week, Ryan. So
we're not doing a show every day.
I'm not saying we're doing a whole show. I'm trying to figure out. Hush, men are talking. I don't know. I don't know.
He will. You're gonna watch.
We'll have to.
Fucking hunched over.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just. That's gonna be the break in our because we were doing pretty good at our daily thing. It's gonna have to be like a one and done thing.
When's vacation?
I don't know.
Ryan, if you cut into my Sonic nights, we're gonna have a problem.
Like the movie or the game?
No,
the
freaking fast food ice cream place where I get a drink for $1 after 5 p.m.
Their drinks are delicious. Their food is absolute dog shit, but the drinks are delicious.
Oh, dude, you got to go get a blue raspberry slushie.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Yes, 100%.
Every night.
Yes, 100%. That is exactly what I do. Well, the blue raspberry and grape with Nerds. Those are fucking
grape and the blues.
Well, no. I'm not saying together, but like you
could put them together.
You could, but no, the grape is good too. Is what I'm saying.
The food is dog shit, but sometimes corn dog is all right. You know, it doesn't come out.
We never go for the food. We always, every night.
You know what is bullshit though? You know what is bullshit? You know what they don't. You know what they don't do though? You know what they don't do? What? They don't skate out to you anymore.
No.
It's bullshit. They don't
They
skate.
do. They do in Cheektowaga.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding? In Cheektowaga, they're roller skating, but they're not in North Carolina. What's their excuse?
Yeah, they don't do it down there.
Cheektowaga, there's 6 inches of snow. They're roller skating out to you, but in fucking North Carolina, they just can't. They can't figure it out.
They roller skate inside in the one here.
That's kind of bullshit.
Oh, you can't go inside down there.
Dude, the Sonic North Carolina sucks. I'm mad now.
Hey, it's like 5 feet from where we stay. So
It really is. But we always somehow forget where it's at.
Because it's like hidden in the bushes. You think I'm lying, and I'm not.
It is. It's like it's not seen from the
And
road.
there's no
It's
way
really
to
bizarre.
turn into it from the front. You can't turn into it from like the
Yeah, it's kind of it's a sketchy backdoor like drug Sonic.
I love how you're wondering why they don't skate, and you just keep listing reasons on why it's unskateable. Like, well, it's in like a bad
completely
part of
skate.
town.
No,
There's
it's in a
heroin
good part.
needles.
It's a tourist destination. It's a fine
Niagara
place.
Falls is a tourist destination, David. Would you like to go down there at 12:37 in the afternoon or at night with me?
No, that's different because that's Niagara Falls. That's the ghetto, and they decided to have a big, beautiful waterfall there.
Hey, just remember, if you're right there by some of the most prime real estate ever, the first thing you need to do, put a place for people to gamble. That's all anybody wants to do. Not restaurants, not a cool attraction, not like a sports arena or a stadium. Fuck them. Fuck them.
I don't know what.
We should be getting our passports back pretty soon. Then we can go to Canada.
I don't want to go to Canada. Canada sucks. Canada's dog shit.
Well,
is anyone in that car Canadian? Because it's going to end our friendship.
No.
Any bit that sounded. I didn't like how that sounded.
Short of me saying A, my daughter's French Canadian.
Well, I guess the arranged marriage is off.
No, hold on. French Canadians are the exception because they want to secede from Canada. And they're wildly racist, which is hilarious. They're super racist.
The passport is like underweaving itself.
Are they as racist as the guy with the highest IQ ever?
No.
I can't believe that guy's real. And then I realized that the smartest man on earth would be a racist. Dave Ryan, December 1773. Catch us on Rumble for the greatest podcast in human history. As always, David, I appreciate all you and all you people at home for your time. I'll see you all next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Fuck the robots.
Thanks, Ryan.